Hi guys, it's Shani and I'm here today to do the perfect palette tag. I have seen this tag floating around YouTube. I think I actually saw the second person who did it first, and now it's just sort of blown up, and it is a really fun tag to do. So I thought, yep, I'm going to do it. I've just recorded a tutorial for this look, which will be floating around. Look out for my Elsa from Frozen tutorial. Yeah, I'm going to be looking at my iPad because I have got all the questions here. As always, before I start any tags, I want to say I tag everyone to do this tag. You can't link me to your videos anymore because YouTube stopped that, I think. Like, you can't have video responses, but if you've done it, just leave me a comment below and I'll check it out. Yeah, and as always, all the links to all my social media is down below. Alright guys, let's get started with this tag. Okay, so the first tag is best packaging. So this was really hard. So I had to pick sort of two. I picked more than one, which, I don't know, it's my tag so I can do what I want. I sort of classify these as one though. These were the Sephora Disney princess ones. This was the Cinderella one. You can see it's got the clock and Cinderella. The Ariel one, which has got, you know, Ariel looking up into the sky. And then of course Jasmine. So I think these packaging are great. The drawers, not so much, but the outside packaging is absolutely stunning on those. But another one that really came to mind when I saw this tag, and I thought of sort of straight away as well of, was the Urban Decay Alice in Wonderland palette. This was my very first Urban Decay palette, and this is what really got me into Urban Decay. So when you open it, there's that gorgeous pop-up scene, and I just love it. I love Tim Burton, so I had to get this palette when I saw it was out, and I really do love it. It is really awesome. Yeah, so that's those. Question 2, the best colour payoff. That would have to be the Lorac Pro palette, I think. That's the shades there. You barely touch your brush to the colours and you have that much colour on them. It is ridiculous. And it's just a really nice palette. And like I said, the colour payoff is redonkulous. It'll take you ages to go through that palette because of the colour payoff. And 3, the most versatile palette. I'm going to say the Z palettes. I don't know if they count in this tape, but I'm going to count it. Obviously this one's full of eyeshadows. However, you can use the Z palette. You know, I've depotted lipsticks, I've depotted into the little, and melted them down into little containers, blushes, I've done everything. So really, you can put your blush, your highlight, your contour, your eyeshadows, the lipstick. If you've got a pan foundation, you could even do that, like if you'd melted some down, concealer. You could put basically your entire face in one palette, which I think is pretty cool. So I've counted that one. So that is counted in there. Okay, the best for travelling. The best for travelling, this is the one I actually took with me to America, and this is pretty much the eyeshadow I wore every single day. And it was my Naked One palette. I just love these colours. It was so versatile, I could do so many different looks, and they weren't ever boring because I could change it up. I will say though, please people keep in mind, airplane lines do not handle luggage with care. They don't. So yeah, a bit annoyed by that, but you know, what can you do? But Naked One was definitely my godsend when I was in America. Number 5, your biggest regret. My biggest regret would probably be this Sauce Box palette. This is the Midnight Blossoms. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's got some stunning shades in it. I swatched it once and never used it. I was a bit disappointed because when I got it, it actually has a colour error. There's 2 of the same colours, which was a little bit annoying. But I have emailed them and I haven't actually heard back from them, and I emailed them a while ago. They said they were sending a replacement, but I haven't got a replacement yet. And also, I mean, they come out, which is pretty cool if you want to put them into a Z palette or something, but they have no names on the back. They don't say what palette they're from, what brand they're from, not even a colour shade. So, you know, when you're trying to describe like a look or something with them, you'd be like, it's the light green one, the yellow one, sparkly black one. So I really sort of regret that palette, and there was such a big hype about it, and the shipping was ridiculous to Australia. It was something like $20, but I paid it, and I really am not a huge fan. 6, best colour names. Okay, if I can't include the Urban Decay Alice in Wonderland palette, like, come on, it's got Jabberwocky and Muchness and Wonderland as names, or any of the Disney palettes, because, come on, they're named after Disney, and I'm obsessed with Disney. I have to say, the Balm has some awesome awesome names. Like, for example, you've got The Great Gonzo, Kissy Kissy, Meep Meep, Waka Waka. That was just awesome. And in like the Rockstar palette, you've got like Metallica, Iron Maiden, Allegro. Then you got down here Third Eye Blind, Blink 182. It's just awesome. So and they've actually got nice names for a lot of their products, like their shadow names. So I'm pretty cool with those. 7, the least used, probably this Urban Decay Skull palette. I'll probably use the colours, maybe 1 or 2 of them 4 or 5 times, and that's about it. And I'm going to add a second one for this one, my Urban Decay Naked 2. I don't know, like, the colours are gorgeous. I don't reach for this. If I reach for neutrals, I might reach for like my Neutral Z palette or my Naked one, but I don't really reach this. I sort of have to force myself to use it. But it has got some nice colours in there, but I don't know. Just don't reach for this as often as I probably could. Number 7, most used. I'm probably going to have to say, again, do a little double dip. My Naked one palette and any of my Z palettes. My Z palettes have all my eyeshadows that I've depotted in them. Some palettes I've depotted, so they're very universal. And number 9, most loved palette. Probably would say the Urban Decay Alice palette, because this was my first like palette ever. This palette really got me into bright colours. Before I just used to wear like, the most bright colour was like this moss green colour that I had. And like, look at those colours, they're just gorgeous. And it got me like my Urban Decay Primer Potion, which really got me into makeup, the liners. This palette was like my introduction into the makeup world, actually, which was pretty cool. And yeah, I really love this palette. I'm going to be so sad when I'm not even going to throw out the packaging when it runs out. And also, I'd have to say probably this MAC Bare My Soul quad. I actually do use this quite a bit as well. The colours are just gorgeous. It's very easy if you just want a quick eye look. All the colours in here work together and it's amazing. Number 10, Desert Island palette. That's a really hard one. I would just want to take everything. Probably would take maybe my Naked one palette to Desert Island, or a Z palette. For a bit of an all-in-one palette, if I couldn't take a Z palette, would be like this MAC Face Kit in brown, which has like a blush, 4 eyeshadows and lipstick. So I quite like this one as well. But probably my Naked one would be a palette, because it didn't say I couldn't take lipsticks or things like that, it just said palette. So there you go, Naked one. So that is my perfect palette tag. Hopefully you guys really liked it. I had fun doing it, going through my drawers, looking at the palettes and like trying to work out what was the best, and everything was really fun. So like I said, if you guys have done this tag, leave a comment below and I will check it out, because I love seeing what you guys have to say. Yeah, so alright guys, I will talk to you soon. Bye!